Hi, this is Mitch Mitchell of I'm Just Sharing. This is expected to be a short video, but you never know as we get talking about things. I'm going to talk about guest posting. Once again, I've talked about this before, and I'm going to put a link down here. And this is a different thing. This is a follow-up because of a conversation that I had with someone a couple of days ago regarding a guest post. I have one blog called Top Finance Blog that I actually accept guest posts on as long as they're related to financial issues. I don't really accept a lot on I'm Just Sharing unless I know you and you have been a contributor to the blog. But anyhow, I have this other blog. And it highlighted, after this conversation I had with this guy, a couple of things that I decided I needed to talk about. Because people who do guest posting are really doing it for their own benefit, unless they're asked. I have written some guest posts, but every time I've written one, I have been asked to do one. So I do that, and I do it more for other people than I do it for myself because I don't have a strategy for doing a lot of guest posts for other people. And I only do it for people, well, everyone who's asked has pretty much been a friend. I've had services come to me and say, would you like to write for us? And we'll promote this and all this other kind of stuff. But then they want me to sign up for an account and they want me to do all this stuff. Not in the mood. Just not going to do it. So it's not a strategy of mine. But I figure I write a lot of posts here and I write a lot of posts for other places and I get paid for writing posts for people. So every once in a while, if it's someone I know and they say, hey, would you write one for me? I'll do it. But I don't just, do it for everybody. But a lot of people send me requests to do it on my finance blog. And I have a guest hosting policy there. And I've written about it. And on the link that's below, it tells you all the stuff that's on there. So anyway, I had this one guy who came on, and he wrote an article back in October that I posted in October. And the day the article went live, he answered a couple of comments, one that I left, because every once in a while I will comment on a guest post. And then he basically disappeared. Now, he said he kept monitoring the comments, but that he didn't think there was anything there worth addressing. When someone has a guest posting policy, and the policy says you will address comments, you promise that you will address comments. It doesn't say you get to pick and choose which comments you want to address. It says you're going to address comments. Unless I totally miss one, I address every single comment that I allow to show up on my blogs. Now, that's a different story when you start talking about the comments that you allow to show up on your blogs. But if it shows up and I let it stay there, I address the comment. I think that that's only fair. People take their time, and if they seem genuinely interested in what you had to say, I think that they deserve to be responded to. Now, that's in the policy. It doesn't say you get to pick and choose. It says you will address comments. If you're writing guest posts and the people whose blog it is say, they don't have a policy on that, you're good to go. But if they have a policy that says addressing comments, you should address comments. You should address comments anyway, because that's how you get people interested in coming back to see what it is you have to say, is because you are now showing that you care about what they say. So that's number one. Number two, he didn't like that I had removed his links. In my guest posting policy, it says that if you, the writer, who has read the guest posting policy, do not come back and address comments within a couple of weeks, I'm going to remove your link. Just going to do it. It says that. You've told me you've read the policy. You know what it is. When I tell you when the article is going to go live, I say, when it goes live, please check on it for comments. Believing that you have read the policy and you know, okay, I'm supposed to go back and address comments. I don't care if they leave a comment after a couple of days, the same day, maybe 3 months from now. You're supposed to come back and check comments. That's just policy. Maybe if it's 3 months later, I'm not going to fuss as much, but I'm certainly going to fuss if comments are left early. That's how you help to build the blog. You leave comments, people like it, they come back and they read other stuff. So that's number two gripe. Number three, if someone has done this to you and you know they have a guest posting policy or you have an advertising policy, don't start complaining or griping to the person whose blog it is that you don't like their policy. Go away. don't bother me. Don't bother the person whose blog it is. I have an advertising policy. I only share it when someone's blog is either too highly ranked or too well known to allow a free guest post. And I let them know I have an advertising policy. And then I'll send them the advertising policy if they ask for it. Now, sometimes they don't want to ask. They just want to start complaining. Well, this is a high-ranked site. You should be linking to it. I'm sorry. I'm not here to allow everything to be free. I deserve to make some money. And you don't get to come in here and advertise a big name company for free on my site and they get a boost and I don't get anything out of it, which I don't. When people say that kind of thing to me, it lets me know you have no clue what linking is all about. I give you a free link back to your site. I get nothing out of that. Wait, you gave me some content? You know what? I got lots of content. I have people who want to write all the time. So no, you're not getting it for free. So don't argue over my advertising policy. It is what it is. Don't argue over the guest posting policy. Well, why should I have to respond to comments? I'm sorry. You wrote me. I didn't pick up the phone and contact you. I didn't pick up, go to the email and write you. You wrote me, which means that you know what the policy is. The guest posting policy is right there. Now, I get contacted by a lot of people who don't follow the initial part of how to contact me. I just delete those emails, delete them all the time. Now, if I recognize someone is writing a second time, I write them back and say, you didn't read the guest posting policy. Because it's there so that you're not wasting my time. And you shouldn't waste the time of the people who are allowing you to write guest posts. I mean, that's really what it is. I don't think it's that hard a policy to say, up front, write to me. Do not send me a canned message. Don't write me as hi there. Don't write me as webmaster. Don't say hello. I'm Mitch. It's in the guest posting policy. Send me the link you hope that, your article is going to go back to so I can approve it. Don't write me and say, are you accepting guest posts? I'm sorry, did you not see that guest posting policy up there? You got my name. Didn't you read it? Did you watch the video? People who write me love this video. I didn't create the video. It's Barney from Simpsons talking on a video. You're trying to make it easy for not only other people who want to write guest posts, but for yourself. I mean, I do some minor editing here and there with some of these posts. Minor editing. If there's a bunch of errors, I'm not doing it, and I send it back to them. But I don't immediately say I'm never going to accept anything from you again. I work with a lot of people. I think I'm very fair, and I try to be fair. But I don't have time to sit there and do that. I do other things. And I'm trying to make money from that blog. I'm trying to make money in other ways. When all is said and done, I am a consultant. I do other work. These are other things, side hobbies. So I try to make this available for people so that you can showcase your writing, so you can link back to your site, so that you will boost your traffic, hopefully. What do I get out of it? Yes, you've given me free content. You know what? If I didn't have the free content, I'd write it myself. Matter of fact, I do. I try to write at least one article a week. I don't get it all the time, but I try to. When sometimes they pay me to write the article, I write the article. Sometimes I write 2 articles a week. I've written, most of the articles on that site, and it's got a lot of articles. So it's not that I need, anything, but I love to help. I love having the financial topics on there. If I ever decide to allow guest posting at any of my other blogs, the guest posting policy is going to be the same. Now, if a person doesn't have a guest posting policy, that's one thing. But if they do, just like everything else, try to follow it. Just like my commenting policy, which is right above the box below. If you decide to write something, just take a quick look at what it is. And it's going to be modified somewhat. I wrote it a couple posts ago, how the commenting policy is changing on I'm Just Sharing. It just has to. So there you go. That's my little rant about guest posting. And let me know what you think. Do you think I'm being too hard? Do you think I'm being too soft? Some people think I'm really soft when I put these things up. And you know what? I love that. I try to be a nice guy. I think I am. But, help me out. Meet me halfway. You're getting a bigger benefit from guest posting than I'm getting from having you post. And if you don't believe me, on this blog, I just hit my 1,400th blog post. Yeah, I wrote 1,400 blog posts. Well, I think 13 of those were guest posts, but all the rest are mine. So I can write my own stuff. Trust me. And probably a lot of the people who own those blogs can write their own stuff as well. So we just look for a little give and take. That's what I have to say. Please let me know your thoughts. Write them down here below on the video. Write them on the blog. And let's see what, let's see what you think. Take care. This is Mitch. I'm just sharing.